KLK episode 10, viewer comments. Alright, let's go ahead and start with something that was actually from episode 9, response to viewer comments. KX Mixer X goes, stupid Google Plus. And then Conley Bob 9 goes, that's why Satsuki wants to take over the world so she can get rid of Google Plus. And then KX Mixer comes back. I hope that's not the case. That would mean Roku stands for everything I hate about YouTube these days. LOL. Conley Bob 9. That's what this show does. It messes with your mind. It absolutely does. Really appreciate that exchange. That was from episode 9 viewer comments. Alright, let's go ahead and get to episode 10. Let's get that viewer comments happening here. Okay. Now, John Hawkes starts off and he's talking about, I'm just going to say a little bit before this. I've had a lot of discussions, okay, about this. About turtleneck guy, high-tech dude, hacker dude, as John Hawkes puts him. And, you know, I mangle names so much, I try just to go with nicknames, just to save myself. But his defeat, it made sense. His character, though, was kind of, talking to my brother-in-law, he thought that, you know, I mean, he seemed kind of break the, you know, kind of the world that they've created here. And it didn't seem to fit. And right when I first saw the show, the whole hacker thing and all that, it didn't seem to fit in. And then his battle wasn't that great. Although it made sense because he's more interested in collecting information, I still think that he ultimately wants to take Satsuki and her entire regime down. I don't think that he's convinced. But anyway, let's go ahead and read John Hawkes. I was right about Turtleneck Guy's outfit. It does seem he fights for the user, but I wasn't expecting Non's uniform to be a tank fighter jet. She was way overpowered, right? That's really took me by surprise. I was expecting her to have voodoo powers because of all the bones she wore. But I'm still satisfied. The same can't be said of Turtleneck. What the hell, Hacker Man? Probably the best term for him. You didn't even last 5 minutes. Maybe he just got a direct fighter like the others. Still, I like how Roku defeated him by turning Sugetsu into a giant fly swatter. Alright, hold on a second. I thought the giant fly swatter thing, well, it definitely shows that the suit can turn itself into pretty much anything. It definitely demonstrated that. I wasn't overly happy with that. I was really happy, though. I mean, I think we all have to admit that it was just 5 minutes, or it could have been even. I think once it. When it was over, his fight was over, I think, gosh, that wasn't much. This is disappointing. But I wish it would have been even less after we saw what Banhead could do, because she is freaking amazing. Alright, let me continue on. I love both the flashbacks in this episode, especially Non's, with its heavy Ozymandias vibe to it. Although, I don't get what Satsuki meant by build a tower in your mind. Is it to do with self-esteem, reviewing yourself about others, or is this another speech about resolve? Okay, let me insert here my own ideas. The idea is things that you create in the real world, okay, can easily be destroyed, okay, but ideas, creativity, and this was something actually talking to my brother-in-law that really got more into. Those things can't be destroyed in that same way. The idea that ideas are more powerful, that ideas can become reality, okay, into the physical world, whereas once things are in the physical world, they can easily be destroyed, okay. But the ideas can carry on, and you can have ideas like freedom or, you know, whatever ism you want to talk about. These things can be transferred and eventually made into some kind of a reality if they somewhat work. So that was the idea. It's an idea of that goes over. I'll just give you the best I understand about it. Is the idea of the inner path, like, and the outer path. And the idea is that you're interacting with the rest of the world. Okay. Let's say I know I'm going on a little long here, but it's the idea is, let's say if you feel bad. Okay, then you drink something, you eat something, you smoke something, you're doing something on the outer to try to help yourself. When in reality, where's the problem? It's on the inside. It's the inner path. Okay, these are what's going on inside your mind is much more important to you, anyhow, than the outside world. Okay, if you have things that are broken in you or don't work, or if you have things that work very well. Okay, we're getting to things like self-esteem or feeling good. Once you fix things inside here, then it transfers out. But if you try to do it the opposite way, you're just adding on. It's like in Naruto with Kabuto, just adding things to yourself is it doesn't work. Anyway, I was kind of very long-winded. Sorry about that, but that's Satsuki. A lot of Satsuki's comments are deep, so that's where I'm going there. Continuing on, I think I preferred last week's episode, but this episode of Kill la Kill gets a high rating from me. The preview looks interesting. I doubt we'll see Zatoki fight anymore anytime soon. Looks like the naturals are going to be interrupted. All right, let me go ahead and a little bit here. I think that Ruko is going to get. She's going to get defeated. This is also the thing I've discussed a lot with my brother-in-law. Here is, I actually said it in the review. Pretty much what I'm going to say now is that the fight's going to get. She's not going to. I don't think she's going to win against Banhat. I think she's going to have to get pulled out, and I think the sewing machine guy is going to be the one that comes in and extradites her out of there. Okay, because Banhat to me looks like too much. All right, she's too freaking much. And this is good because let's admit it. We've got another, what is it, 26, 20? I can never remember. 26 or 28 is the normal for these kind of one-shot series episode things. So we've got another 16, 18 of these to go, something like that. So yeah, I think that's probably moving. And this series has been moving fast. It's not like they've been dragging it out, but I still think that's moving a little too fast. So I think that's going to be the cover. She'll get extracted against her own will. That's why it won't necessarily be held against her. The whole thing will be called off because I think it's just too much. Banhat is just going to win. All right, moving on. Connolly Bob 9. And look, these are viewer comments. I try to keep my reviews to a certain level if possible, but viewer comments are however long they are. All right, from Connolly Bob 9. The Hyuga Ainomuta fight might have seemed disappointing, but I'm really not that surprised by it. I expected him to be the weakest of the Elite Four. The pillar positions were determined by how many enemies they defeated. Gamagori was only on the lowest pillar because the system was his idea and he wanted to battle Roiko first. As for the fight, it looks like I was kind of right last week that she had tried to fight his counter strategies by attacking recklessly. But she figured out his plan early on and wasn't having any of it. Just turn into a giant hot cake and smack him in. Game over. I like Cakes Mixer's idea that he's just gathering data for now and he'll be able to do extreme damage to her later in a future episode. I also like that it could happen. For a moment, when he was typing on the computer while transforming into his uniform, I thought that he was going to hack into Reiko's uniform and take control of it. Maybe he will get a power like that or sometime in the future. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just inserting something in here. I think he is critical to what's going to happen. But like I said, I just want to just make sure that I think he hates Satsuki. He hates the group he's in. And he's wanting to take it down from the inside. I think he's going to end up being an ally, okay, to Ryuko. That's what I honestly think is going to end up happening. All right, could be wrong, but that's what I think. Okay, back to Coney Bob 9. And let's see. That musical princess is a hateful little scamp. What a uniform though. I can see her auditioning for wonderful music like My Fair Lady, Singing in the Rain. If the rain were made out of blood. What a little psycho. And she's got flying recorder missiles. They're got the coolest weapons in the non-athletic club. It will be a light to see many fans when the princess plays her last note. I think that Chikazur has lost most of her advantage now that Roko can fly. She'll probably go down in the first half or the next episode, and then the Senji Yama battle will be over. If she joins the others in the stands, she and Mako will probably fight over who's the noisiest it is. I can't even see that. I couldn't. She would. Oh man, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's another reason I can't see this happening yet. This little princess isn't going to get crushed yet. To me, the more I see this, she has, like I say, Roko can't beat her yet. Okay, cannot beat her yet. She's got to get extracted. I don't. We don't hate this character, and we hate. This is a villain. This is a little villain along the way that I want to hate more. I want more time hating this spoiled little rich girl. I just want to hate this egotistical little mean little scamp, as you put it. I just do. It's such a good character. She's such a good character. It's so surprisingly powerful. I'm just loving it. Like everybody knows, I really like good villains. She's really there. Continuing on, I liked Senegamiya's snarkiness. He went off to get ready for his fight because he thinks that Chikazur will lose. It will be interesting to see how that fight goes. Since Roko got a one-sided beatdown the last time around, he got a stronger suit now as well because the last one couldn't withstand his spirit. I think he's going to really. That's going to be a really interesting battle. Continuing on, that Satsuki. It looks like even in kindergarten, she was a philosophical and deep. Yep. Most kids that age can't even keep their pants dry, and she's plotting world domination. What a friggin' genius. Looks like the Mohawk guy is on the way back. I kind of think he'll show up to disrupt a few things right after Roko beats all the Elite Four, and Satsuki is about to tell her details about her father's death. He'll show up at the most inopportune time, and Roko is going to be pissed. On a more serious note, why is that in real life nudists are usually those people who the most desperately need clothes? Little dig at the nudist there. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure actually. Might have read that thing already. Anyway, alright, we can pressing on. Cakes Mixer X. I was absolutely loved this episode. They crammed so much into it that I had a hard time picking what I want to talk about first. That's another thing about this series. There's so much there. Continuing on. I guess I can start off with Turtleneck Guy. His name still escapes me. The typing motions he was doing while his Goku suit transformation was hilarious. Even though his fight was the shortest and most embarrassing of the ones I've seen so far, I expect him to be the most dangerous of the Elite Four in the future. His data collecting will spell utter doom for Uko eventually, I predict. As for the fight with the conductor the girl man, I'm bad remembering names. Oh, hey, I use slang all the time because I can't pronounce names. All right, I expect nothing less than the smallest member of the Elite Four. The bigger the suit, the harder they fall, and I can't wait to see her stupid ship come crashing down. She's so easy to hate. I love this villain. Continuing on. When it was mentioned that Roko's suit may be progressing too fast, I bet any amount of money that the risk is rapidly progressing of it turning out to be right. It's a crazy suit. Anyways, great episode and even better review. Can't wait for the VC video. Okay, and this is the thing. Awesome. I appreciate everybody. You know what? I got like 9 comments, but they're all freaking awesome. I really do appreciate it. I've got almost as many comments as I got video viewers, but that's, on this, but that's just too bad. Still awesome though. Still incredible stuff. Alright, now I just distracted myself. Okay, what was I gonna say? The suit. I mean, we could get into a thing where the suit does say, hey, there's some kind of balance here, and I am getting out of balance, and I'm gonna start to lose sentient conscious control of this suit if we don't chill out. That's a possibility that can happen in the next episode. Who's going to win? I've made my prediction. I think that Ruko's going to lose, and I think that she's going to get extracted. But this show is really, there's a lot of unpredictable and different things that go in here. So who knows? But I want everybody to just remember that Mohawk guy, sewing machine dude, is on the way, and he's a badass. So expect him to have some big time impact on the battle. Okay, here we go. KX Mixer X. I forgot to mention that Gamagori in this episode. I love the back and forth between him and Mako. Of course, he would be naked. It was brilliant. Not only is it hilarious, but it stays true to the character persona. Also, does anyone know how many episodes this has left before the season ends? Calling Bob Knights is coming. I believe this is about 25 episodes, so maybe 15 left. And KX Mixer X. I wonder if they'll give us a second season. I'm still definitely holding out for a second season of Attack on Titan. Watching Mommy. I believe these guys. The way that these things work is like Death Note and what was the other thing? I was just talking to somebody else. But anyway, I think these series normally they're like one series done, and then the team may go make some different things later. But I think it's a beginning to end. It's mapped out. It's one season, 20 some episodes, whatever, and that's it. I don't think that they just continuing on, because it's important. It's really important that they have the ending and everything mapped out properly. If you've ever seen any of the TV shows that say were extended or cut short, and it just, it turns into a real disaster. Okay, let's go for another KX Mixer X. I want to expand briefly on what I believe to be Hayuko's Inamatu's turtleneck guy. I think I got his name right, and I'm pretty sure I didn't. True intention during this fight. The opening flashback obviously was meant to establish that his real strength is deduction and calculation rather than brute strength and power. When you apply that to his battle with Ruko, it becomes clear that the data he collected during the fight was his real goal. Alright. And considering that he was able to do Satsuki family business with just a laptop, I'm guessing that the data will be extremely damaging to Ruko the next time they meet. Like I say, I think that he is working on the inside, and he's really against Satsuki. Alright, NW Order for Life. Just want to say that Turtleneck Guy was very disappointing, as everyone has said, and I hope the data he gathered will be useful, although I would bet the data he uses will be to help Ryuko. I agree with you here, because I believe that she and Satsuki will become allies after the next battle. Whoa! Wow! Well, that could happen, but Satsuki she's the, at least from the animes and stuff I've seen so far, there's a real tendency for the biggest genius to also to become self-centered and try to dominate everybody. So I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. Would be interesting. I don't love the band girl like you do, Steve. Oh, I love to hate her. I love villains. She annoys me more with her smug attitude, but I have to admit her regalia was pretty cool. The musical note projections, vibrations, and missiles are all great weapons for her to have. I don't think anyone predicts her giving Goku uniform that could fly as well. Really great choices for her uniform design. It's been a fun battle. Like I said, I love to hate her. Just want to make sure that that's understood. The real spectacular for this chapter is Ryuko. Wow, her powers are growing like crazy. I did not expect her materializing rockets to fly with, or stretching her life fibers so much that she could create a giant object of cloth. Sengetsu stole the show. Bingo! Where would she be with, not just the suit, but the deduction and everything that this is a team. These two are a team, and he is definitely a full member of the team. And back to it. His powers seem to be limitless. He can create a rocket out of nothing when he could turn himself into anything. I have to disagree with your prediction of Roku losing because Seniyama is waiting. It's obvious Roku is going to beat the little brat. Sengetsu is on fire. Just remember, Mohawk guy's on the way. Sewing Machine Gun, he's on the way. I think he's gonna go. But this is predictions, and everybody knows I've made wrong ones, so we'll see. And I want everybody. If we all make different predictions, it's a lot of fun because somebody may be right, but we may all be wrong. This show's crazy. It does mess with your mind. All right, I really do appreciate your stuff. All right, continuing on. I'm also loving Mako's comedy with Gamagori and now Turtleneck Dude. Real comedy gold there. And let me just insert this. The family, as I kind of mentioned, that was for me the only real disappointment, because once I got past the guy with the first battle, which I think we all had to, we're just like, it was so good with Van hating her. But yeah, the family was kind of disappointing. There really wasn't much there. But yeah, it was so good. The banner. I mean, literally, like I said in the review, the two crazy fans next to each other. I still can't get over her waving that flag, you know, like a sporting event, and which it is, I guess. And with bunny ears, and then the bunny-eared mirror, and she's looking. What a God! She's hilarious. Is anybody seen a character like this before? She is to humor what Sengetsu is. She can do anything and be funny. She has no limits on her comedy. Has no freaking limits. It's just the insanity just doesn't stop with her. I think it's why we all love to laugh with or at this character, however you want to put it. She's amazingly funny. All right, continuing on. It's awesome series. The last thing I want to mention is Nudist Beach. I have a feeling they will turn out to be villains, simply because Sengetsu is important to Naruto. So if they're trying to get rid of him, then they will be enemies. Hell, you could argue the professor is simply using Naruto to take down Sengetsu's family. Satsuki's family. Once that's done, he might try to eliminate her so she can't get into the way of the Nudist Beach. Anyway, the guy with the needle gun will probably show up when Satsuki and Naruto fight, and he'll do something either to Sengetsu or Junko. He'll stop the suit from going out of control, probably with his life. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's the last comment. Awesome stuff. How long has this video been running? Not that it matters. 22 minutes. That's not too bad. All right, let me go ahead and close this up. Everybody made some awesome comments, and I think I've already made my predictions, of course. Wow, the Nudist Beach group being evil. That would be kind of interesting. It could be. I mean, they're trying to control the suits because they're afraid of them getting out of control, but there's still a lot we don't know about them. So there's still they could be a bad group. So that would actually be pretty interesting. Okay, that's going to go ahead and be it for this week. All right, this has been another like all the other episodes have been of Kill la Kill. That's awesome. I really do appreciate everyone's participation. And this is like a fun extra thing that we do right here. All right, until next Thursday, looking forward to it. It's always a bright spot. Anybody can be an anime fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.